Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster, and this is Ask Lukenessmonster, episode 94, the series on the channel where I answer your guys' questions from the comments down below. So if you guys do want your questions answered in next week's video, make sure to comment down below on this week's video, and I'll try my very best to answer it. The next question from Rebel Scum, after a few weeks of commenting it, he asks, can we see your selfie series, please? Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's take a look. Okay, so here's my selfie series figure, which has been collecting dust for a long time. I think the face is pretty spot on. Obviously, the hair kind of sucks. It's not quite what I would like. It's not too bad. I don't have a side part. I have a middle part, though. I think the biggest problem is it doesn't have glasses. And so I wear glasses. You guys have seen me in my videos before. It doesn't look bad. It does not look bad, but the Selfie Series 2.0 definitely looks a lot better because it allows you to have glasses, and it also has more hairstyles to choose from. So I'm definitely thinking about getting a Selfie Series like 2.0, but you know, this is one that I spent $60 on, and I don't really want to spend another $60 on another one too. So I don't know, we'll see. But this is the Selfie Series figure. I did go with the Stormtrooper, obviously. Love the box for this too, but yeah, quite interesting. But yeah, that's a Selfie Series. Anyway, the next question says, I know a lot of people want repaints of clone troopers, but it's becoming frustrating that we haven't seen more unique clones like the Galactic Marines, 41st Scout, or even the Airborne Troopers, which they already have the helmet for. Why aren't we getting these types of clones, still waiting for Neo and Bakara as well? Yeah, I completely agree. It's really frustrating at this point. We've been asking for a lot of these characters like Neo, Bakara, the Airborne for years and years now, and we haven't seen them. So that's what I'm really hoping we start to see out of this Clones of the Republic line. Just like I said, more clones, especially not like, obviously I love army builders and I want army builders, but I also want named troopers and airborne troopers, stuff like that too, that you wouldn't normally see in the Black Series. So give me troop builders, give me named clones, give me anything. The Clones of the Republic line is for clones though, so as long as it's a clone, I'm happy. The next question says, do you collect any other lines, Lego, Hot Toys, Micro Galaxy Squadrons? And if so, do you ever consider doing reviews? Great question. I've bought a Hot Toys figure. I've only ever bought one, and I do have a review up on the channel if you want to check that out. I used to buy a lot of Legos. Haven't really done Legos though since I got into the Black Series. I do have another Lego question here later in this video, so I'll elaborate a little bit more then. And then I did buy one Micro Galaxy Squadron figure, or I guess ship, which is also reviewed and up on the channel. And the problem is they just didn't do great. Like I spent a decent amount of money on a Hot Toys figure, and it got like 400 views. And you know, I bought a Micro Galaxy gunship and it didn't get a ton of views. It just didn't do great compared to the Black Series content, and so there was really like no reason to go out and spend a lot of money on those products whenever the Black Series is getting a lot more views. The next question says, do you think that the customs found on AliExpress pushed Hasbro to make improvements on the 2020 clone mold, if the seller even appeared on Hasbro's radar? Interesting question. It's not really something I've ever thought about, but no, I don't think so. I think Hasbro had all of these improvements already in mind when making the original clone, and they're like, hey, we might down the line we might make some upgrades here and here, because obviously they did the same thing with the Mando figure, they did the same thing with the Stormtrooper figure. So I think like all of this and these improvements have been on Hasbro's radar, and I think the whole like AliExpress knockoff thing is just kind of a coincidence. The next question says, if the line of Republic clones continues being a 2-pack of a Jedi and his clone, or of his Legion, do you think we could see any clones with Anakin and Rex, or maybe Obi-Wan and Cody? What other Jedi accompanied by a clone of their Legion would you like to see? Great question. I really hope that this continues. I know a lot of people were really upset with the Mace Windu set, saying that like this is supposed to be an army builder line. How could you ever double pack this with a non-army builder? And I just don't necessarily agree with that sentiment. This is what we've been asking for forever. We want, like, literally we've been asking for 2-packs to come back, and we've been asking for a clone and a Jedi to come together, or like a commander and a Legion trooper to come together. This is what we've been asking for forever, and I think people just kind of got blinded by the ability to army build and didn't really appreciate this set for what it really was. So this is what I really hope continues. And there are like two things from the set that I really would like. One of them is the Jedi and the clone. That one would end up being a Wolfpack trooper and a Plo Koon. I think obviously the two go great together, being the Jedi and the Clone Legion. And we haven't seen a Wolfpack trooper yet in the Black Series, so that would be a great set to get. And the second one is not a Jedi and a clone, but it's the Commander and a clone. I would love to get a Commander Bakara with a Galactic Marine. The next question says, do you think that there will be a reuse of Morgan Elsbeth mold with her look from the finale with the flaming sword? Interesting question. I think it's possible. I think Hasbro likes to reuse molds as much as possible. So if it means reusing the exact same mold to make the exact same character that's slightly different, I wouldn't put it like past them to do that. But realistically, I don't see that happening. I don't see them doing that with a pretty like niche-ish character, kind of like Morgan Elsbeth. So I'm gonna say probably not. The next question says, would you like to see the Coruscant Guard clone return in the Clones of the Republic line on the new body with the black line on the helmet? Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think that's exactly what this Clones of the Republic line is for, so I would not be opposed to that. It wouldn't be my first choice for the line just because we got the Imperial Clone Shock Trooper not that long ago, which if you heat it up, you can remove the pauldron, and it's basically a Coruscant Guard without the black line. It does have the white line for the Clone Wars style, but regardless, it's still an awesome looking figure, and so I do have a few of those ones, so, you know, if they were to make a new Coruscant Guard, it wouldn't be my first choice to make for the line, but again, it makes sense for the Clones of the Republic line, so I wouldn't be too upset about it. The next question from my boy, Phase 2 Action Review says, can we see all the Legos you have, Lukenessmonster? Great question. I know I was talking about this in one of my recent live streams, but I used to go out and I used to buy a ton of like the UCS sets. I had the Slave 1 at one point, but unfortunately due to a VR accident, I punched it and it shattered into a million pieces, and that one is in like a box in the back of a closet somewhere. But I do have a few that are still built, so here they are. Okay, so this is just a random closet in my house. So we have the Death Star here next to this Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and it kind of just sits in this closet. The other side of this closet, we do have the UCS TIE Fighter. There's a few other stuff here, like some Last Jedi and like Force Awakens sets. But most of the rest of my Legos got taken apart and thrown in random bins. It looks like there are a few more like tucked away back in here. Ooh, there's actually, I think there's a lot of figures in here, too. Yeah, look at that. I remember setting that up. Here's this thing in proper lighting. This is the, like, First Order troop carrier that I modified back when I was super into Legos to fit as many stormtroopers as possible. And, this is one that I'm still pretty proud of, and like I said, I used to be a lot more into the sequels than I am now, but look how just absolutely full I made this thing. This thing is pretty cool. The next question says, I wish they would do a Jedi Temple Guard, unless they already did and I missed it. Well, you did not miss it, because unfortunately there is no Jedi Temple Guard in the Black Series. So I'm really hoping they do one day, because I think the Jedi Temple Guard is an amazing design. But the only thing for the Temple Guard we've gotten in all the Black Series is in the SDCC Thrawn set. There was a Temple Guard helmet that came with it as one of his like trophies, as Thrawn's trophies, but no Temple Guard figure yet, unfortunately. So hopefully one day, because it'd be a great figure in the line, but unfortunately not yet. The next question says, what do you think of Battlefront 2 2017? This is one of my favorite games, and although it had a rough start, there is still a large number of players. What do you think? I absolutely love Battlefront 2. I don't play it as much as I used to, but it's still one of my favorite games of all time. Battlefront 2015 was like one of my favorites. I love Battlefront 2015 more than I did 2017, which is definitely controversial. But, you know, 2015 has a soft spot in my heart when it comes to Battlefront games. But yeah, I love the game. I do play it on the gaming channel every once in a while, so I'll make sure to link it down below. Make sure to go check it out. We do play a ton of games there on the gaming channel. Go hit the like button, subscribe. Just give the channel some support. I definitely need to go and upload on that gaming channel more often, so if you guys go and show me that you're interested in the videos, it'll definitely help me get some more content pushed out on that channel. But just a reminder, I do have a gaming channel, and I love posting gaming videos. Anyway, guys, I think that one is going to have to wrap it up for this episode of Ask Lukenessmonster. There was a ton of great questions this episode that I unfortunately just couldn't get around to answering all of them, so if you do want to guarantee that your question gets answered in next week's video, channel members get 100% priority replies to questions and comments on Ask Lukenessmonster, so make sure to go down and consider hitting that join button below. As well as that, you do get exclusive Clone Trooper name badges that get cooler the longer you're a member, as well as these custom Lukenessmonster emojis you can only get here from the channel membership. So consider going down and hitting that join button below. It's only 99 cents a month, and all the proceeds go right back into making great content for you guys here on YouTube. So if you are interested, like I said, consider hitting that join button, but the best way to support the channel is just by hitting that subscribe button. So if you're not yet subscribed, hit that like button, sub, and thank you all so much for watching. It means the world to me, and I'll see y'all in the next video.